Okay, people, this is going to be a true factual story. I worked, I think it was early 2005. I first arrived in Camp Anaconda in Balad, Iraq in 2004, late 2004. And a person that was working in Camp Ashraf, which is outside of Anaconda at a different camp, he was going on vacation for 2 weeks. So they needed somebody to fill in at Camp Ashraf for 2 weeks for him. So I volunteered and I went. What Camp Ashraf is, it's a refugee camp sponsored by the United Nations, which I could care less for. They're useless. Anyway, uh, what it was they have outside of the camp, Camp Egger, they, there's probably about 3,200 Iranian people, and they were pretty much defectors from the Iran, country of Iran. And defectors from that 3,200 people, there was 200, and they went to Camp Ashraf. They were just outside of the camp in a little city, tent city made of tents and makeshift hooches and stuff like that. Them guys were very smart. And my job was to make sure that priority one, the military had air conditioning. And that was our job, make sure the military had air conditioning. And then after that, we would take care of the other people. They had other military units as well. And, we had to make sure all the military, even from other countries, were taken care of first. And then we made sure that the 200 people in the tent city camp had air conditioning as well. All right. That was our job. So I had working for me at Camp Ashraf, I had four Indians from Punjabi. I had four Iranians who were defectives from the 3,200 man camp outside of Ashraf. Now they were living in the tent city it was outside our camp, but it was adjacent to our camp. So essentially, we were in charge of that camp. The military, that was their job to protect, feed, and take care of those 200 people. All right. So I have these four Iranians don't know anything about fixing air conditioners or installing them, and I got to train them. I have the four Indian guys who are HVAC mechanics. They're good guys. Takes you 3 to 4 months before they trust you, or almost 6 months before they trust you. It's hard working with Indian guys, but the ones I had was I would say one was excellent. He could fix freezers, refrigerators, everything, air conditioning. He was super smart, an Indian guy from Punjabi. The other three, they were so. I trained them, and the Iranian guys, they learned so fast. They were probably some of the smartest people I've ever seen in the world, or from Iran. Uh, I would take apart circuit boards on some of these split systems. The contactor was built into the actual circuit board that would pull in the outdoor unit, the compressor. So we would troubleshoot. We would break the circuit boards. Some of them had contactors, uh, and we would teach these guys how to work on the units. Iranian guys, you would show them one time, and boom, they remembered. They knew how to fix it. Other people, you had to show them two, three, four times. Iranian guys were just fast learners. So what I would do is the Indian guys, they would take care of the military inside the camp, make sure that they had air conditioning, everything else. And I would make sure that after we trained the Iranian guys, before they were completely trained, I'd grab another Indian guy or two, and he'd go with me to Camp Ashraf, their tent city that was adjacent to ours, 200 man tent. And the Indian guys would go first until the Iranian guys could fix by themselves. They were good, smart, but it's more complicated than just one time going and fixing stuff. So what happened was, I go to the camp, and they told me that it was about 34, 35 military guys had to go to the armed to one of the leaders who was the ex bodyguard for Saddam Hussein, big bald headed muscle guy. Uh, he pretty much took the American guy that went on vacation and wouldn't let him leave the camp. So the military locked and loaded, went in there with 34, 35 people to retrieve this guy out of there. And they told me, the military said, you don't have to go in there if you don't want. And my boss at Anaconda told me I don't have to go in there if I don't want, if it's too dangerous. So the first thing I did was I went to talk to the ex-bodyguard from Saddam Hussein. And I said, I got these guys going to go in there and fix your air conditioners, but I'm not going to let them go in there if you're going to give them any danger, treat them bad, not let them leave the camp and stuff like that. The Indian guys don't want to go in there at all. So you got to tell me what your problem is. The guy spoke English. He said, my problem was the guy that was in here before, he would say he would come fix our air conditioner. Now you got to remember, we're out in the desert. It's extremely hot. So hot people can die from the heat. He said that guy that used to be there, that I was replacing for the 2 weeks vacation, made promises. We'd be back with parts 2 or 3 days later to fix your air conditioner, and the guy would never show up. He said his guys were getting sick, almost dying from the heat, and this guy kept on lying to him. He said he made promises he'd come put air conditioners in. They didn't get new air conditioners. They got ones that we repaired, removed, and replaced for the military. The old junky ones, we fixed them up and made them work, and then gave them to the Iranian guys, or made repairs from the old beat-up units, took parts out of them to repair to get the Iranian guys' air conditioners running. Well, I told them this, I'll make you a promise. If you treat my guys good, I'll let them go into the camp, make repairs. I told them I got 4 Iranians, 4 Indians. But to start off with, I got to train these Iranians better. So I'm going to bring a couple Indian guys and maybe a couple Iranian guys in there to your camp to fix air conditioners. And I'll tell you this, I'll make you a promise. If I tell you I'm going to be in there with parts in 2 or 3 days, and for some reason I can't get parts, I'll go into the camp directly and I'll talk to you and I'll tell you why I can't be there. I'll make that promise to you, and then I'll do my best to make sure you guys have air conditioners, but you got to treat my guys good or I'm not going to let them go into camp. But we'll try this for a few days and see how it works. If it works out, you're good. We'll fix your air conditioners the best we can. You got to remember, military gets priority over you. And he knew that. He realized that. But I said, I can do magic. I can make these air conditioners run from old military parts that we pulled out their old air conditioners and replaced them. I can do magic. I can make this stuff work. Only if you treat my guys good, like human beings, and don't threaten them, because they're scared. They're scared of coming into this camp because of you, okay? And what the military had to do to pull the other guy out. So you treat my guys good. I'm going to check with my guys and see how you treated them. And I'll let them go in there. All right. But the first time one of them guys was scared or tells me that you guys harassed them or whatever, we're never going to ever go back in your camp to fix those air conditioners. These are the 200 men, people, defectors from the 3,200 party. Okay, he said, deal. So my guys went in there for a few days, and we were able to fix air conditioners and all that stuff. And I asked my guys, how are they treating you? He said they're treating us like kings. We don't even want to leave. That they give them juice. They give them food they got from the defect. I mean, they treated them like kings. So I went and I talked to the Iranian guy. I said, okay, my guys gave high praise to how your people are treating them. So as of now, we're going to go ahead and go in there and do your work. And like I said, if I got a problem and my guys promise they're going to put an air conditioner in there, and for some reason we can't, I'll come directly to you and I'll tell you why. And you're going to have to understand that we don't always have availability of parts. We do our best, okay? If I tell you, in 2 or 3 days, we'll fix it. If something comes up, you need to understand why. Parts are not easy attainable, especially when we don't get fresh stock. So you need to understand. And don't blame my guys and don't blame me. It's just the way life is. He understood. And from that day forward, we had no problems with them guys. They were excellent. And my guys never had harassed. Never the guys harassed my guys. I could go into their camp and leave my doors open, my toolboxes open, and nothing happened. The guy from supervisor before who was in there, he'd leave his truck open, everything in the truck would be removed. They hated that guy. They loved me. They treated me like a king also. And they treated my guys good. That's all I cared about. And that's the story. So the Iranian people, they can be very vengeful, extremely vengeful. So if Israel keeps on bombing them and destroying them, they want revenge. And another thing on top of that, when the MRAPs would go through there, they had a special V-hole bottom of the MRAP. The Iranians were the ones who made the titanium explosive that would go through the V-shaped hull of those MRAPs and kill the people inside. The Iranians are extremely smart, and people got to realize that. Be careful. Uh, they're not showing, the public doesn't show everything. A lot of times, they'll give you half the news or part of the news. When I was at Camp Ashraf, they'd have reporters come in there, and one of our groups would go to the Iranian camp, the 200-man camp, and then the other group would go and whatever the commanding person of the base wanted them to do, show the media. They didn't show them inside that 200-man camp. That was secret. So we would just have a dog and pony show. One group of our guys would go take the inside the camp, work on the military air conditioning, show the media that. We never showed the media the 200-man camp. That was all hush-hush secret. So you got to remember that what the media sees is controlled by the military. And if people violate that, they're going to go, they'll be removed from the camp, period. Some of that stuff's secret, and just the way it is. So the stuff the media sees, we only see half of the truth. You can't believe everything they tell you because most of it's all lies. Just a big dog and pony show, people. Y'all take care and bye for now. And I'll post a short video telling you guys to come check the long video. This is the one. This is the truth about the Iranians because I worked with them. All right, you take care.